Hi, Achim from InnerSpace Explorers. Today we want to talk about how to hold your depth on your last decompression stop when you have an SMB and there's waves on the surface. And before we get into this topic, please make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. So, a lot of people ask me, especially in the comments on these SMB videos. There's a few on the channel. I'll put a couple of them as links in the description of this video. And people ask, like, okay, how do I hold the depth on the last step if there's waves? It pulls me up, it pulls me down. I'm afraid to put my SMB up there, and especially if I'm in decompression. And should I stay deeper, or should I avoid the 3 meter stop, or should I stay on 6 meters, and all of this. So basically, from my experience, this is not an issue at all. Remember, we always talk about deep water. We don't talk about a beach exit where you swim out with your SMB or something like that. If you have the bottom coming up here and then you have the waves going towards the beach, then obviously you get into some sort of a washing machine because the water here starts to flow back. And then that's not the situation that you want to be in, and that's not what we talk about today, because obviously there the SMB is counterproductive. That's not what you want to have. So forget this scenario. That's not the point here. We talk about blue water ascent, 30, 40, 50, 60, whatever meters, doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be technical, and you set an SMB to show the boat where you are, to establish an upline, whatever the reason is. So if that SMB is on the surface and you have the line straight, I mean, you're not hanging on it. That's important. A lot of people like sitting in their deco. Horizontal, you're neutrally buoyant, but you keep tension on it, just a little bit. Then actually you move with the waves. And I'm talking about these swellers. I'm not talking about a thunderstorm at sea where the waves really start to roll over and there's a washing machine on the surface. That's probably not the scenario that you want to be in anyway. But even if, that's then probably the scenario where you want to skip your 3 meter stop, because there's a lot of wave action going on the surface and it can really affect you at 3 meters. But not in the meaning that you're not able to hold your stop, but it pushes you down a little bit, it tries to suck you up, and it more like spins you around. If you've been in that situation, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about just swellers in the ocean, and there this is absolutely no problem. The depth will always stay the same. So the balloon goes up, it goes down, and you're under the balloon. So if that line's straight and you're not floating somewhere with loose line around you, that's not an issue at all. That's exactly, I mean, basically that video could be without me just watching the picture. That basically explains it. So don't be afraid of that and just make an educated decision. So obviously if you're diving with pure oxygen as a decompression gas, you want to you do your last stop at 6 meters anyway, and then you do a slow ascent to the surface. If you dive bottom gas as your stop gas, or you decompress with 50% nitrox, you obviously want to do your 3 meter stop because you want to work with the gradient to get rid of your saturated gas. And normally you can do that unless you're really in really bad conditions, but that's super rare. And then I mean, unless you're in an environment where the weather can change really quickly, normally you shouldn't be in the water if such conditions are expected. Alright, if you have questions, comments on that, please put them in the comment section. I'm looking forward to that. If you want to discuss things in detail, please check out the Patreon site. That's where there's a super nice community and we discuss things in detail. Other than that, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.